what's up, faves? My name is siyamthandandamase, and the N is for Ndamase. Darling, if you said it with me, then I know for a fact that you are a regular dagular. If you did not say that intro, then I know you are new here. And I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I do travel and lifestyle videos, sometimes story times and reviews here and there, whether it be a series I like or car reviews. So please do subscribe, leave a comment below, let me know your name, where you're from. I'd love to get to know you. And if you are a regular subscriber, you know what we do, say something nice in the comment section. Not the actual word say something nice, but just say anything, you know, to get your girl moving, to get your girl grooving, and so that I'm motivated to create more videos for you guys. Do subscribe, like, switch on the notifications bell so every time I upload a video, you may get a notification. It is so good to be here and so good to be back, because today I'm coming back with a review, you know, because I watched this show and I was like, Netflix South Africa, you guys are the business. Netflix is just like, listen, I'm gonna fight so many things with this brand new show. I'm talking aesthetics, great quality, great storyline, and I'm gonna call it a storyline because it's showcasing our reality in South Africa. And also they showed our country, and I'm so glad that the Ultimatum essay is on a platform like Netflix, because then the entire world gets to see the beauty of South Africa. I love how they beautifully captured it, because our country is beautiful and people outside of the country are actually going to see that we're not a jungle. You know what I'm saying? We don't walk around with lions, because how dare you walk around with a lion in Sandton? How can we walk around lions when we don't have lions in the back of our homes? But yeah, today's video is the Ultimatum South Africa review, which is on Netflix. I'm going to do a breakdown of the show before I let you guys know about the couples and my thoughts, right? So this is basically a reaction video, a review video. And I've got some questions for the characters, you know? So I'm just like, why not do it over a video? This is a follow-up of my TikTok video that I did that people loved. And I was just like, I need to put on my subscribers. Yes, I put on my TikTok followers, but some people are only subscribed to my channel and they're not on TikTok. And also some people don't have TikTok. So I'm just like, let me let you know so that you don't get left behind. And bestie, if you're seeing this right now, get into watching it right now, because next week is going to be the reunion. So you want to watch it before the reunion. You want to hop on it. The rest of the country is hopping on it. I'm talking on Twitter. It trends every day on TikTok. There's so many reviews. On Instagram, there's so many reviews, you know, as well as on Facebook. There's so many thought and think pieces. So I want you to get into it as well. All right, so the lowdown on the show, the Ultimatum is hosted by a South African power couple, which is Salamina Mosese and Hausa Mosese. I wrote down people's names and surnames because I don't want to mispronounce, you know, and I don't want to mix up names, just so I can, you know, like I took my time with this. This is planned. So yeah, it is hosted by Salamina Mosese and Hausa Mosese. It was so good to actually get to see them on our screens again, you know, especially Hausa, actually Salamina as well, because I've missed her so much on our screens, but it was so good to get to see both of them. It's a 9-part series where there's 6 couples that undergo a test of trust, love, desire, and honesty basically. So in order for you to be casted on the show, you need to issue out an ultimatum. So one person within your couple, between you and your partner, has to issue out an ultimatum to the other one, saying that, you know what, it's either you marry me or I go and find somebody else who's actually going to do what I want. So it's that type of thing. So it's either you do what I want you to do or you leave. They basically giving them the ultimatum. They're giving the ultimatum out to the person that's scared of marriage or is very wary of going down the aisle, you know, and saying I do to their partner. So during the social experiment, the 6 couples date their co-stars. So basically, if you go there with your partner, when you get to the show, you guys are going to break up, and then there's going to be a speed dating point where you guys are going to date amongst each other. So within the 6 couples, 12 personnels, you guys actually do a speed dating where you get to know each other, and you can date anybody else as long as you pick that person and they pick you back, but it can't be your partner, because then the entire social experiment would be useless, right? So you first compete in a trial marriage with the stranger that you picked, which picked you as well, and you guys see if you guys are compatible, what you like about each other. Honestly, people actually end up falling in love. I think the experiment was for 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that, where you date the new person for those 2 or 3 weeks. You stay with them in the house. You do a normal routine. You wake up, you go to work. I actually like this reality show because I feel like it's very real. Like, people could still wake up and go to work, and those who don't have work would be home. So I actually really like that. And also, once you complete the trial marriage with a new stranger you just met that you actually feel like you like and you're more compatible with, you then go back to your previous partner until you guys have broken up. So now you guys get back together and actually live together, because it's a trial marriage. It's there to test if you guys live together, if you guys were to actually get married. And also, I think it's a test as far as trust goes. If like since you guys have broken up, there's so many tests that just come through. You know, people are so tempted to sleep with the new partners that they have. People are so excited over getting to know new people. Some people actually realize that they're not ready for marriage, given how quickly they get along with the other people, how quickly they move. Then they start to fall in love with the other person. Then it's like, were you really ready for marriage then, if you could just get over me like that? I don't think it's possible, honestly speaking, to get over somebody you love within just 2 weeks. But anyways, they did good because it was a social experiment. All right, so then when you get into the second trial marriage with your original partner, you have to decide if are you in it for the long run or you want out, which means you need to decide if are you sticking with this person that you came here with. Are you ending the entire season or show with the very same person you came with? Are you leaving with the partner that you got here with? Do you feel like your bond is that strong, and are you guys that unbreakable? And honestly speaking, some people feel like they are ready for it, and some people are very much loyal, while others really aren't. And what I found not shocking but surprising was that all the black guys, you know, and I'm not being racist, but all the black guys, can it even be racist if I'm black too? But anyways, all the black guys got there and they were so ready to cheat or to move on from their partners, you know, to move on from their partners with the new people. Then it's just like, are you even ready for marriage? Even the girls, honestly speaking, if you're willing to give yourself like that to somebody else, then are you really ready to commit to your partner? So there were couples in the house. There was Tabby and Genesis, which I'm going to put on screen. There was Kanya and Gedeo, put on screen as well. There was Ruth and Isaac, Lebo and Nola, Courtney and Aiden. This was the only white couple in the villa. Cayla and Lind, right? So with Tabby and Genesis, they've been in a relationship for 7 years, Genesis being the guy and Tabby being the girl. And Tabby has reached a point where she's like, we've been dating for 7 years. Why have you not married me? And I'm just like, my girl, I hear you. My question to you, Tabby, is how did you get to year number 5? How do you even get to number 4 without knowing what the intention is with this guy? Okay, say you know the intention, but how do you let it get to year number 4 without this guy proposing to you? How do you let it get to year number 5? Number 6, I'm again was 7. U7, out. U7 is the number of completeness. It's the number where it is over. This is where Tabby, my doll, you were supposed to end the relationship when year 7 began, because number 7 is the number in the Bible. Number 7 is the number of completion, perfection. If we're not by the 7th year, I'll call perfect, I should be out. Honestly speaking, I would never let a guy out. We're not going past 4 years. I am so sorry. I'm not dating somebody for 4 years. Why haven't you proposed? How come I don't know if you want to go see my family or not? What are you waiting for? You're scared of marriage. Then what are we doing? Let me go to somebody that's not scared of marriage. Then you stick with people that are scared of marriage. Since you guys want to be cowards and everything, because one thing about me, and I will not stay with somebody for more than 4 years without them proposing. Not unless I've chosen that I don't want to be married. Then obviously I wouldn't waste the guy's time and make them stay around with me stick around me when I know for a fact that I don't want to get married. And you know what? It is okay to not want to get married, but just stick to people that don't want to get married. Don't waste people's time that want to get married. And I'm just like, Genesis. I say nervous. Go year number 7. Use nervous. In nerves or first date or second date with third date. Wesine. 5, 6, 7. Who said nervous? In nerves, I have a. Why are your nerves not ending? What is it that you don't trust? That's what I don't understand. So I was just like, if you are so nervous for 7 years, who says by year 10 you won't be nervous? Who says by year 20 you're not going to be nervous? Also, maybe nerves are good for you, because then I don't think you're supposed to relax when you're in a relationship. Yes, you can get comfortable, but don't be too relaxed, in the sense that like you need to be submitting to your partner. You need to constantly seek to grow and try to grow as much as your partner needs to do the same thing, because a relationship with no growth is useless. Because we're bringing each other down there. That's what it means. So I was just like, Genesis, my doll, are you really scared, or you just don't want to get married? That's the question I have for you, my guy. Are you really scared, or you don't want to get married. And the thing about marriage and just life in general and things in general, you always have to take the risk. First day of school, you were nervous, you were scared, but you went. First day, during your matric dance, you were nervous, but you still went. When you wanted to ask me out, you were nervous, but you still asked me out. Then why not ask me to marry you even if you are nervous? Because life is like that. I give us Ruth and Isaac. Ruth and Isaac. I think Isaac just needs to speak if is he married or not. Because with Ruth and Isaac, Ruth is the girlfriend, Isaac is the man, right? So the problem is Ruth and Isaac have been together for 2 years. And Ruth has never met any of Isaac's family, has never met any of Isaac's friends. They only speak via text. She is not allowed to call him. They can't speak via phone call. What do you mean as your person I can't call you? What do you mean? I can't even call you and kiss you through the phone. What do you mean? Because those are the things that make a relationship. We need to constantly communicate. I need to know if you're okay. And one thing about me, I will call you 20 times, 10 times a day, and I expect you to return the same thing. My thing is, it's not going to be every day that I'm going to call you 10 times, 20 times. But if today I feel like I need to keep updating you on my life or telling you what is going on 10 times or 15 times, just, talking with my person, and it should come easier. So Isaac told Ruth she can't call him. She's never met any of his family. She's never met of any of Isaac's friends. This is giving scammer. Hey, it's giving I'm married. It's giving I have my own family, do not disturb. I know he probably isn't married, but also he explained on the show that it's because of his religion and how they do things. Not religion, did you say? I think principles at home, because once you introduce a girl to your home, it means you're gonna marry them. So have you dated me for 2 years and you're not gonna marry me? But okay, let's say I let that slide. My thing is, I should know your friends. I need to meet your friends 2 weeks into our relationship. Okay, maybe not. I'm exaggerating, but I need to know your friends. I'm not going past 6 months without knowing a single friend of yours, meeting a single friend of yours. That means you're unfitla kaloko. It's giving makwapeni. It's giving the chat and family disturb. And I'm just like, Isaac, he sounds like a typical married South African man. Rather, I say, he sounds like a typical married African man. And I don't know how Ruth, my sister, Ruth on the show, she was very strong. She stood her ground. She stood her beliefs. Now I'm just like, babes, if you had applied this into your relationship even before coming here, you would be far, because you're going to get a man that has great intentions for you, a man that's going to be with you because he loves you, a man that's not ashamed to show you to his family or to his friend. And I'm not saying introduce Ruth to your mom and dad, your sister, your brother. They need to know. What about your safety when we're together? Also, they are in a long distance relationship. So long distance, I look for Nelly. And as so I'm just wondering, Ruth, why did you stay for 2 years? What was in it for you for 2 years? And she actually said something on the show that Isaac does not satisfy her sexually. I think she shared this with one of her friends or her sister or something like that, that sometimes Isaac does not satisfy her sexually. So I feel like she was settling, and I think maybe she wanted him to sort of like give her something to stay for in the relationship. So it's like, yes, you are imperfect, but I love you. Give me marriage, give me what I want, then I'll stick by you. I will learn to take the bare minimum that you're giving me, as long as you have made a promise to me and you're staying loyal to me. I feel like she was settling, to be honest. Okay, so there's Lebo and Nola, who have been together for 1.5 years, right? And Lebo is the girl and Nola is the man in the relationship. So Lebo is insecure, and I think once a woman is insecure in a relationship, I don't think people just become insecure in a relationship. They need to see something that makes them insecure in the relationship, right? So Lebo is insecure, and she's like, in order for her to be okay in the relationship and in order for them to take the relationship to the next level, he needs to help her overcome her insecurities. So which means he's the one that needs to change, and he needs to prove that he's worth her trusting him, basically. And you know what the thing about with Nola and Lebo is that Lebo lived in a bubble. Like, I think Lebo is a good person in life. I think she thinks the world is round and everyone is holding hands together, when in actual truth, that's not the case. And the thing is, this is the man that you are in love with, you've been with for 1.5 years. He's not to be trusted. And Nola on the show, and there's that speed Ruth, right? Ruth is Isaac's girlfriend. So Nola ends up with Ruth. They are both free personalities, and you can just see that Nola came on the show to just test out the girls, to have fun. I don't even think he was there for the social experiment, honestly. I think Nola just wanted a good time, and he just wanted to be on TV. He was very chilled and very nonchalant about many things. I don't even think he was that invested in the social experiment. Koya, I think it was just all about being with another girl and being able to sleep with another girl, and now finding security in him sleeping with another girl, because once we've broken up, you can't say, because that's what they would do on the show. They would break up with their actual partners to go be with other people, but that does not mean you should go sleep with other people. However, people decided to do that. So I think he took that as a chance for him to openly go sleep with somebody else. And I'm not sure what he was thinking, because thing is, Lebo was always gonna find out. Lebo was always gonna find out that Nola slept with somebody else. It was gonna go on Netflix. The entire world was gonna know that you went and slept with Ruth. So he didn't want Ruth telling people that they slept together. He didn't want Ruth telling her partner Isaac and telling Lebo that Nola and Ruth slept together. And I'm like, my guy, we all know, the whole country knows, the whole continent knows, the whole world, it's on Netflix. The whole world knows that they slept together. Like in America right now, on TikTok, we were being dragged. South African men were being dragged. The cast was being dragged. Kanya was being dragged, but I'm going to get to that a little bit later. So, Nola, I think it can't do about Delulu. I mean, I'm questioning about paraffin. I think yes, my name got the condom off, because I don't know what he was thinking. Like, he thought it's just gonna stay on Netflix, it's gonna stay with production, or he thought production was gonna cut that out. No, that makes great TV. You have us talking about it. That's why I'm talking about it right now, because I find it shocking that another man went to go sleep with another woman on national TV, and he didn't want people knowing when the entire world was gonna know. Make it make sense, my guy. Make it make sense. Nola does not have sexual discipline the entire show, honestly speaking. And it gets very interesting because Lebo actually seeks answers from him after Nola slept with Ruth. She seeks answers from him, and then she's holding a bottle of Savannah like at hand, and she's just chasing him. She's so chilled. Lebo is such a beautiful lady. She's very chilled about it. She's just like, no, he needs to answer me. He needs to tell me what's going on. What's the 411? Why he slept with her? Why he did this? How dare you do that to me? And this is the person you're supposed to marry. Babes, I think the social experiment was so good for you, because you actually got to find out what type of men you've been dating, because you lived in a bubble, and that's why he wanted to marry you, and he wanted to be married to you, because he knew that you would never find out things, because Lebo's probably not the type to go snooping. Like, she's very chilled. She's a chilled girl, and I think she's very naive, honestly speaking, respectfully. So Nola loved that. And he is above her as far as lying goes. You know, he's not a truthful man. So I think he loved the fact that she was naive, and he was like, I'll take advantage of that. I am so glad, baby girl, that you did not get married to that man. He is the worst. He is the worst, and he's very self-centered. Guys, let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts if you've watched the show? Because actually, I don't want to talk about it by myself. Let's have a discussion. How do you see things from your point of view? Because this is all from my point of view. We have the worst bunch of men in South Africa. In fact, in Africa. And they just had to go prove it and show it to the entire world on Netflix. Next up, we've got Cayla and Lind. Okay, so Cayla and Lind have been together for the shortest time, actually. They had been dating for like 6 months. I don't know, the guy issued, a guy being Ulindile and girl being Cayla, the guy issued an ultimatum that she needs to marry him after 6 months of dating. I mean, it's great that you found your person. However, find your person and make sure that you're ready for marriage, because you're not going to take Umtana Bantu and remove her from her comfortable home, from her family, to go and embarrass her out like that. And I don't like how, I know some people were like, Lindile is a good guy. Yes, guys, he looks cute, but I don't think he's a good guy, because he fell so easily when partners were exchanged. He literally fell so easily for Tabby, and it's just like, dude, you could move on from your girl just like that. And he was constantly gaslighting Cayla on the show, because he kept making it seem like she's wrong for participating in the experiment and moving on with another guy, and for catching feelings for the other guy, whereas he did the same thing. So it's like, we're equal. Let's see what we can both work on. And I find that very toxic, that men expect women to do the opposite of the things they do. We're all human. We're all human. I'll do things how I see things. It's a social experiment. If you require me to, if you're going to participate fully, let me also participate fully. It's a social experiment. during the trailer of the show, guys, I'm sure you've seen this, and it's been trending this entire week. They're having a conversation, right? The point where Sizagele says something, and she's like, I think she was like, I'm not sure, baby. And then Lindile is like to Sizagele on national television. Lindile is like to Sizagele, please refrain from calling me baby. I'm gonna insert the clip here.
Are you dating for fun? What is the motive?
I'm dating you because I love you.
Refrain from that, please.
Refrain from?
Hold your feelings.
Imagine your person telling you that, yes, we've broken up for the sake of the social experiment, but obviously you're always going to do things and try to not hurt me. But he was like, no, I'm going to aim for the jugular. I'm going to hit below the belt. Then you expect me to marry you due to the social experiment. And you want to tell me you're ready for marriage in 6 months. Do you even know yourself to even know me that much in 6 months to want to get married? Because I feel like that guy does not know himself. He did not know what he wanted, because at some point he was confused between Sizagele and Tabby, and he was leaning towards Tabby. That's what I saw. I'm talking about what I saw. It seemed like he was leaning towards Tabby. He was able to buy a gift for Tabby, who's another woman, and it's just like, what you ready for umchatu? Because to participate in it does not look like you're ready to participate in marriage. Because marriage is beyond just the wedding. There's an actual marriage that you need to work on. You need to work on forgiveness, trust, security, every single thing that your partner needs in the relationship. That's what you need to work on. So it was very shocking, if you know what I mean. Okay? And then there was Kanya and Gedeo. Kanya and Gedeo take the trophy on being the most toxic couple. I think for the very first few days I watched the episodes, I'm having water. I think for the very few minutes of me watching the episode, I kept thinking, Kanya is so toxic. Kanya is so toxic. Kanya is abusive, toxic, and she body shames women. She body shames people. Body shaming is not good whether you do it to men or women. She did it to a woman on the show. That is not good. Oh, and she pocket watches. She undermines people. She is straight up rude. She is vile. She is, I don't think a word to describe the type of person she is exists already. And she undermines people, man. You could see she thinks she's better than the entire experiment. She thinks she's better than everybody else there. Then what are you doing here, baby girl? What are you doing here? If you think this man's pocket is not good enough for you to be with him, then why are you with him? Because you know very well that a man that's in a good pocket condition is not about to date a girl like you, because men also want to be respected, loved, and nourished and taken care of. So who's gonna settle for that? Guys, she is vile. I'm gonna insert a few clips here just to show you the type of person she is.
Hood rat, and I want to stand for it. Can you leave? Leave! Hey! Laugh. Why aren't you laughing?
So they had been together for a year. After being together for a year, they find themselves at crossroads. Kanya is the one who issued the ultimatum to Gedeo. Kanya is the girl. Gedeo is the guy. She has made it clear that she wants him to commit, and she was literally mean from day one of the episodes. From the first episode out of all of them, she was mean, guys. I think not even 30 minutes into the episode, you get shocked and you're like, this girl is so mean. But the with each episode you watch, you're like, hi man, again. Hi, she's vile. I don't even think mean is the word. She is vile. So then she's mean to everybody. I don't even know how that guy stayed with that girl. But in the social experiment, Sizagele and Gedeo end up being together. They pick each other as a couple and they stay together. And I'm just like, oh, these two look so good together. They work well together. This guy is so loving to her. She's so loving to him, until this one time. So the girls, at some point, the girls do go out on a girls' night out, and Kanya is just so mean to Sizagele, and she's straight up so rude. Hopefully I'll be able to insert some clips here. And I'm just like, this girl, I think she was mean to her because she had been with her partner and she didn't like the fact that she was giggling and laughing with her partner. But girl, you guys had broken up. You're supposed to actually participate on the social experiment. So Kanya ends up partnering with Isaac on the show. And also, you know, when you look at it, it's like, oh, they look good together, because Kanya's this petite, pretty woman, and then Isaac is this manly man, until they actually get together. And it's like, and I'm sure that Isaac picked Kanya because he knows she's the type of girl you desire. Like, she's the type of girl you that he likes. So then he picked her thinking that, oh, it's my chance to be with a pretty girl, with a nice girl. And Kanya, you can see like she's kind of like a boss babe, you know. I think that's what she's supposed to be, except boss babes are not rude like that, are not vile like that. So Isaac, I think, picked her because he's like, he wants something outside of what he's used to, you know. His partner is different to Kanya, so maybe he wanted to experiment and to see how they would gel together. But Kanya shows him flames, and you know what? Sorry to you, Isaac, but I'm so glad she did. I'm so glad she did, because I feel like then you would stop looking at things from the outside. You would actually see that not everything is as good as it looks. You got to learn your lesson. You got to learn Ukhala is not going to take you anywhere, basically. So Kanya is the one that issued the ultimatum between her and Gedeo. And at some point, my jaw was like on the floor. Kanya was calling Ruth ugly. Oh my gosh, she's very rude, guys. She's fatphobic as well, and she's a classist. She's a narcissist. She's a colorist. The things she'd say, guys. And you know what? It seems as though Gedeo is scared of Kanya. He as the guy is scared of his own partner, because at some point he literally, Sizakele is like, I want to show Kanya and tell Kanya that I'm a soft girl so that we can have a conversation and talk about it. You know, she's trying to be a woman, she's trying to be calm. So Gedeo, knowing how Sizakele is, Gedeo knowing how Kanya is, why did he let Sizakele go to Kanya to talk to her? Because he should have known that Kanya's not going to allow her to talk. But that's what he did. He let Sizakele go. They went together. So Sizakele didn't mind going with him because they were going together. Let me tell you what this man does. Let me tell you what this toxic man does. He decides that he's going to leave Sizakele there by herself. Sizakele ends up being fat-shamed, being told mean things. Sizakele is such a beautiful, gentle girl. And Sizakele likes to, like, she's very quick to cry. I think she also laughs when she's upset, right? And I understand people like that. Sometimes I'm also like that. Like, I won't be able to articulate myself, and my anger is going to be so bad that I'm like, I'm gonna resort to crying because I don't want to do something I'll regret. So I'd rather calm myself down. So she does that, which I understand. But now people tend to take advantage of that, and that's what Kanya does on the show. She's just like, no tears today, no crying. And Kanya is so mean to her, to a point where she's talking to her like this, and she's splashing her saliva on Sizakele's face, and Sizakele ends up like wishing. Then she leaves because Gedeo had left her behind. And I'm just like, what kind of a man is this? Because I wouldn't want to be with a man that's not going to protect me, a man that's not going to have my back. You knew your woman. You knew the type of person she is. Why did you leave me behind with her? I'm not saying when you're there, take my side, but just be there to be the mediator. Because you know how this person is. But this man, guess what? He decides he's going to let Sizakele fight his battles, and he's going to leave her alone to fight those battles because he's scared of Kanya. And you know what? That's how it goes as far as... I don't want to release too many spoilers because I actually want you guys to go watch the episode for yourselves and enjoy. Then comes my favorite couple, Courtney and Aiden. They are the white couple on the ultimatum, and Courtney is the one that has filed the ultimatum because they've been together for 7 years and their relationship has been serious. On the show, you see Courtney questioning if, like, are they together because they lust each other, or are they together because they love each other? Now, you know, I don't condone being with somebody for more than 3 years and them not proposing, right? Because it just doesn't make sense, not unless they have a valid reason. But also it depends, are you a person that wants to wait? I hear Aiden's reason for not marrying Courtney. I know this might sound rich coming from me, but I hear it. And the fact that Courtney has not left means she didn't want to leave, right? I know, I judge Tabby and Genesis for being together for 7 years, but Aiden's reason for not marrying Courtney yet was that his parents, he's scared of commitment because his parents, because of the trauma he has experienced through his parents' relationship, and on top of things, he's unemployed. I hear a man that says, I can't marry you yet because I'm unemployed. Now, you have an option to leave and find a man who's employed, or you wait for this man to find employment. However, on the show, we get to see their parents. Courtney's parents as well as Aiden's parent come through and have a discussion together with the kids, and you get to hear Courtney's parents talk about how they will do anything for their baby, how she means everything to them. And I know for a fact that Courtney's dad is capable of plugging Aiden with a job. I know for a fact that as much as they are together and he's unemployed, they will have their dream wedding. Because Courtney's parents sound like the type of people that would sponsor and give their princess anything she wants. She will have the princess wedding. She will have whatever she wants. And also, the only reason why I'm condoning this is because he loves her. Like, you can tell he loves her. You can tell he's ready for the commitment. Because also both of them, in fact, because on the show, when they are separated, they don't fall in love with the other people. They instead become friends with other people. And they constantly think about each other during the child marriage with other people. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Constantly checking on each other, constantly assuring each other, constantly thinking of each other. That's what I believe would happen if you've been with somebody for some time. You wouldn't get over them just like that. Not unless you've always wanted to explore, to cheat. Then that brings about the question of, are you even then ready for marriage? Which is what I'm asking people that fell in love with the other people, specifically the black couples. Yes, guys, I'm sorry. The problem is with us. It lies with us, okay? So I like Courtney and Aiden, and the show is great, man. And again, I'll say this. I'm so grateful that Netflix got to show how beautiful South Africa is, how beautifully things are done here. Ruth on the show stands up for herself like nobody's business. As much as she slept with Nola, she tells Isaac that she doesn't regret it and she's not sorry because she's only sorry for mistakes she has made. I loved that from her because I love a sexual liberated woman who's not ashamed about it. And she's the one that went to tell Lebo that, Lebo, I need to talk to you respectfully. Nola and I slept together. And Nola was fighting her for telling Ruth that they slept together, whereas Nola knows very well he was never going to tell Ruth. So I love that she was like, let me tell her respectfully. Like, she thought to respect Lebo. And also Lebo and Nola end up leaving the experiment. Guys, please just get into watching it because I don't want to say too many spoilers, but that's what basically the show is about. I've watched a franchise or two from overseas of the Ultimatum, and now I think because I just watched the South African one, I think I'm just gonna research the rest and start to watch all of them because it is so much fun. Get into it. It's on Netflix, guys. Netflix is not expensive, so surely you can get a subscription or ask a landlord and you just watch the Ultimatum. The review is going to be out next week, and I chose to do this video, which is part 1, and then part 2 is going to be after the review. The reunion is going to be out next week, and I've decided to do part 1 to be just a review of the entire show because I've watched all of it. I couldn't piece it because it won't make sense because Netflix does not release things bit by bit. They just release it at once, which is what I love about them. So go get binging, and I'm gonna come back and tell you guys what they answered for the reunion. If you have any questions for them, please just type them below. Type them below because I also have so many questions and I want to see if they're going to be answered when I record the second video. Otherwise, from myself, siyamthandandamase, darling, this is it. Hopefully you've subscribed, liked the video, you've left a comment already, switched on your notifications bell. I'll see you guys on my next video. Yeah, and that's going to be a story time. Get into watching the Ultimatum on Netflix. I love you guys. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.